My name is Kevin Abourezk, and I'm Rosebud Lakota. I'm a journalist. Lived in Lincoln since 1999, and I'm here as part of the Iskithe prayer camp. And we set up 7 teepees last night in the dark, and we're here to take back our voice that was stolen from us last week during the city council meeting, when 5 of the 7 city council members who attended that meeting failed to acknowledge our presence, acknowledge our concerns, even acknowledge our presence in the room. The decision last week to approve the zoning change for this massive development just across the street from our largest, oldest, and most used sweat lodge will ruin the serenity, the sanctity of this place. Our sweat lodge is a humble and it's a quiet ceremony. We pray with the medicine pipe, and at times you can hear a pin drop. And try to imagine taking communion. Try to imagine praying to yourself in your church as dozens and dozens of cars drive by as part of massive development right across the street. Imagine the smell of the exhaust fumes choking you as you try to pray for the health of your loved ones. This is the very stark reality we're facing, and there's a very good chance that the owner here of this property, the fish farm, where the sweat lodge is located, may not be able to sustain the sweat lodge for a variety of reasons. One, increasing property prices and taxes that this development will cause. So there's a very real chance that we'll just outright lose it. But even if we don't, we're going to lose the serenity and the sanctity of it, and it may not be usable to us. So we're here to take back our voice that was ignored, that was silenced in that hearing room last week. And so we set up these teepees, and we plan to be here until the city decides to negotiate with us and seriously talk about including our voices in city government, especially in planning, so that nothing like this happens to us again, and we have a seat at the table.
My name is Renee Sans Souci. I'm a member of the Omaha Tribe of Nebraska, and I live here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And I serve as a cultural consultant and educator. From what I understand is that where the fish farm is adjacent to the development area, it's just yards away. And from where the sweat lodge currently sits, it's about 200 feet. And, that's not very much room, for what they intend to do. And what's going to happen, just as, what Kevin had said, it's going to alter everything here. And the serenity that is here, the spiritual atmosphere is no longer going to exist. And this is really beautiful. I've been coming here since I was a little girl. And now to know that it's going to be changed, forever, this development goes through and goes on, and it really breaks my heart to know that this is, something that's going to take place. And I just want to make it known that none of us were consulted about any of this that was happening. We had no input whatsoever in any of the planning.
Hianiki washte wamblis going hemi mitakiapi wopilachijak. My name is Susan Roan Eagle. My Lakota name is White Eagle Woman. And I am from the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, and I've lived here in Lincoln now for the past 4 years, but I've been here off and on. I'm here to support the cause of Salt Creek, and also for Ujimaka, Mother Earth, for the animals, the winged ones, the four-legged, all those that will be disrupted. We are here to protect that. You know, we were here before, we're still here, and we're going to remain here. So, mitakuya.
There are a lot of reasons that we're here, and we realize that some people will look upon this camp and just see a bunch of lawbreakers, see people who want to try to circumvent the system. But I can tell you that the system doesn't work for us anymore. It never did. And until this government, until this city recognizes us and includes us in these processes, we're going to be here. So, you know, one of the reasons I'm here is after that hearing last week, we walked out of there after only hearing from 2 of the 7 council members who spoke to our concerns in any way. And I had to look upon the crying face of my daughter, and I had to try to explain to her that you know, there's still hope here, that there's still a chance that maybe we can find some kind of accommodation or you know, some kind of other option for this land. And I can't tolerate that. You know, I can't tolerate the idea that my daughter may have to grow up in a world where her voice isn't heard, where her concerns aren't heard, where her history is actively erased. And so, yeah, this is going to look strange to some people, but sometimes you have to do something kind of bold, I guess, in order for people to look at you, in order for people to see you. So that's why we're here.
Just to add to everything that's been said, the meaning of Niskide, the reason why we named it Niskide Prayer Camp, Niskide in Umaha Ponca means salt. And since the Salt Creek is right here, and this is all considered, you know, part of that, you know, that's the reason, you know, how the name came about, you know, and it's a very good name, you know, and I resonated it with that right away. So I'm happy to be here and to be a part of this.